Hi, I'm Jana from Bloc Loc, a division of USAUS, here to demonstrate the incredible Bloc Loc ruler for half-square triangles. Bloc Loc rulers have a groove underneath that locks onto the seam allowance and prevents rocking and slipping when you're squaring up. It also greatly increases your speed and your accuracy. So you make your half-square triangles however you prefer, and press the seam allowances to one side. Place them on your cutting mat right side up, and then put Bloc Loc with the groove right on that seam allowance so that there's no rocking and no slipping. And the other thing is, you want to make sure that the corner of the ruler is on the seam line. So let's say, for example, we want to square up to 4.5 inches. You want to look over here or over here on either side of the ruler and make sure that there's enough fabric on the outside of that line. And if you see that there is, then you can go ahead and square up. And all you need is very light finger pressure and trim off two sides. And then you don't pick up the ruler, you just leave it on the block, but you hold it right here at the corners and you spin the ruler and the block moves with it, and then you just slide it back to the dimension that you need it to be. And we said 4.5, so if you look over here or over here now, you can see that it's right on that line. And one thing I'd like to mention is that the lines on Bloc Loc rulers are extremely fine so that you get a more accurate cut. So now that I see that it's in the right position, I'll go ahead and trim up the remaining two sides. To square up a smaller half-square triangle using a bigger ruler, you want to go ahead and approach it the same way. Put the seams to one side and your half-square triangle is right side up. And let's say we're going to square this one up to 3.5 inches. So you'd look over here or over here. And again, I've got enough fabric on the other side of that line so I can go ahead and square up. Trim two sides. And then spin the ruler. And then slide it back to the 3.5 inch line and trim again. To square up a smaller half-square triangle using our little 1.5 inch ruler, place it on the seam allowance like we've done before. You can just hold it with one finger. And notice that I've switched to a smaller rotary cutter. I think that it's a bit safer having a smaller cutter. And you don't have to have lots of fingers, just hold it with one. And then you can spin the ruler and the block at the same time. Hold it with one finger. And there you have a perfectly trimmed half-square triangle. This is our largest ruler that we make. This is a 12.5 inch half-square triangle ruler. And it works the same way as the smaller sizes. Place your half-square triangle on your cutting mat, right side up, with the seam pressed to one side. Place Bloc Locs so that the groove is locked into position on your seam allowance. And obviously this half-square triangle has already been squared up, so I won't bother doing that. But I just wanted to show you that it spins the same way. So you would hold it with both fingers on the corners, spin the ruler, and then slide it back to whatever size that you need it to be and trim off the rest. Rulers for half-square triangles are available in 9 sizes, ranging from 1.5 inches square to 12.5 inches square. They can be purchased individually and also in sets. These are absolutely clear acrylic rulers and have been engineered for ultimate accuracy. Bloc Loc rulers have simple, easy to read markings, and the lines are fine for more accurate cutting. Because there's no rocking or slipping, they're safer to use, and because the groove locks onto the seam allowance, you can square up in about 10 seconds. Bloc Loc rulers are fast, fun, accurate, and easy to use.